So in this video, we're looking at a neutral grip ring scapula CAR. So this is a great way just to add load to what would be our normal scapula controlled articular rotation. We're just going to see ourselves going through our basic positions, but considering we are hanging or sort of leaning against the rings themselves, we're going to find ourselves actually getting a little bit of load into all those kind of small intricate muscles that will actually sort of retract, elevate, protract and depress our scapula. Okay, so all you need to find yourself is a set of rings if you have them yourself or the gym has them. You can obviously do this on something like one of those TRX straps as well, so not limited entirely to the rings themselves. Okay, but basically from here what you're going to set it up is obviously from a high position so that you're pulling away, and you can see the lower I go, the more load I'm putting on it, the higher or more upright I am, the easier I'm making on myself. So adjust as you see fit. Okay, but from here just make sure that hips are sort of locked forward. If you need to think of your belt buckle position, you're actually rotating that towards the face. You're keeping the ribs down so that you've got a nice kind of even amount of tension across the body. From here then my palms are facing towards each other as opposed to facing down, okay? And then from here I can just go through basically first retraction, very easy to feel the scapula sort of pushing together. The one thing that I want you to make sure of though when you're pulling with the scapula is you're not just elevating the chest and going into T-spine extension. Very easy to find yourself doing that. So when we retract, we actually try to feel as much as possible the shoulder blades pinch. We keep the ribs down and we don't try to just expand forward because that's actually T-spine extension and it's not scapular retraction, okay? But from that position there, that's probably the only one that we want to make sure of that we actually feel the scapula pull together. From here then we want to make sure that we sort of elevate and shrug. We feel that sort of raise up. From here, we're actually eccentrically loading, but we're trying to think of pushing the armpits forward a little bit as well, trying to relax back into that position. From here, I pull the scapula down into depression. You can see from here, I'm sort of pulling them down towards the back pockets. And then I go through that motion again, squeeze and pinch with the scapula, elevate and shrug up, taking it nice and slow and really feeling and making sure it's coming from the right area. I can then reverse the action. I can then elevate. I can retract from that elevated position. I can pinch and pull down, and then I can protract from that kind of low depressed position, okay? Easy movements in some sense. Obviously we can make it more difficult by sort of setting ourselves a little bit lower, as I was saying, and then if you're finding it just a little bit too challenging, a bit too tough on the shoulders that you can't get good quality reps in, just make sure you're standing a little bit more upright. But that movement there was your scapula CAR from the rings with that neutral grip position.